I called for a ban after San Bernardino and was met with great scorn and anger. But now, many years, and I have to say, many years, but many are saying that I was right to do so. And although the pause is temporary, we must find out what is going on. We have to do it. It will be lifted, this ban, when and as a nation we're in a position to properly and perfectly screen these people coming into our country. They're pouring in, and we don't know what we're doing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Kristol joins us now, editor of the Weekly Standard, ABC News contributor. Hello, sir.
Steve, how are you?
Boy, so much to talk about. First of all, your take on, what we've heard from Donald Trump today, doubling, tripling down on the ban, and really reading the riot act to Hillary and Obama on their immigration policies, etc. And Hillary basically sticking by her line that it's guns that's the problem and Muslims are our friends.
I think Hillary was a little tougher than Obama. I thought that was interesting that she did mention radical jihadism and said we have to not just contain them but defeat them. I think she'd like to position herself as a centrist, but Obama remains oblivious. Trump benefits from Obama. The reaction to political correctness leads to Trumpism, which I think is itself unfortunate. Though first yesterday he's like accepting congratulations within 2 hours or something after the massacre, and then today he's calling for a ban on all Muslims, which A, he never explains how you're going to do that, and B, this guy was born in the U.S., so I mean the ban would have done nothing in this particular case. So it's a little weird to emphasize a policy proposal that does not have anything to do with the actual massacre that took place. Having said that, in general, I'm not for Trump, as you know, but I suspect an event like this may end up helping Trump just because people will say, look, one side is kind of oblivious to the threat or just doesn't want to see it because of political correctness. The other side, Trump in this case, is kind of scattershot and demagogic even in his response to the threat, but at least he sort of knows there's a threat, and maybe he'll get people around him who have a more nuanced idea of how to implement some sensible policies. So I do think, I said this on TV yesterday before the whole thing, just after it happened, before people had really reacted much, I think people are underestimating Trump's chances in this election. You look at Clinton, you look at Trump, Trump's got many, many deficiencies. I don't think he should be president, but I got to say, you just look at him and you can see how people will talk themselves into voting for Trump.
And this is independent of the terrorist attack that they're underestimating him, or is that because of this recent attack?
No, both. I mean, I think one reason they're underestimating is they look at these races, pundits do, and they look at it in a very static way, and they don't realize things like this terrorist attack happen, and that helps Trump. But again, Obama's sort of unwillingness to be serious about the threat has helped create the market, as it were, for Trump, and people are willing to forgive some of the, demagoguery and kind of irresponsibility, I would say, of Trump, because at least he seems to be like aware of the problem and aware of the threat. I think we kind of deserve a more serious debate. And Trump has addressed some of these other issues too. Are we doing a good job of monitoring what's happening in Muslim communities?
Right.
What about the question, is the FBI have constraints put on it that it shouldn't be put on it?
And this will resonate, right? This will resonate.
Yeah, they need the cooperation of Muslims, so you shouldn't antagonize Muslim leaders, right? So you shouldn't antagonize every Muslim either. But no, it will resonate. It's a big moment. It's a horrible thing. It's obviously a mess, a horrible mass killing, the biggest acts of terrorism since 9/11, the biggest mass shooting ever. So it's not a one-day story.
Right.
The media like to move on, but the implications of this will resonate.
All right. So where are you? When you went to Israel the other week, we heard David French, and now David French has said no. And so where are you in looking for another candidate to run in another party against Donald Trump?
Well, against Hillary Clinton too, I will add.
Yeah.
Well, I'm continuing to look and keep my ears open. I think some other people are trying to organize some stuff to make it a little easier for people to get on the ballot. We'll hear about that, I think, within the week. But I've just been busy, actually, and I figure people know how to reach me, and I can't say I've been getting swamped with phone calls. People may be getting resigned to the choice that we have, and I think that's an unfortunate choice, but it may be where we end up. Honestly, I don't know. It's such a crazy year that anything could happen, but I don't have a magical candidate to produce for you today, Steve.
All right, and if you had to say on a scale of 1 to 10, the chances of you coming up with someone and actually them running, what do you think it is at this point?
I think the chances of a full-fledged national campaign on 45, 48 state ballots is, I think it's there. I don't know, 1 in 3, something like that. But I think the odds of, other people, it's not like there aren't third and fourth party candidates, and people might get on the ballot in different states. That's another question. But look, I think analytically, putting aside what I want and just trying to look at it objectively,
Right.
I think this helps Trump, if he uses it wisely, consolidate his support among skeptical Republicans.
What-
A lot of people will tell themselves, look, he's not perfect. In fact, he's quite flawed. But maybe he'll get good people around him, and maybe at least he's trying to go kind of in the right direction. I think who Trump has as advisors, who his VP is,
Well-
can he get respectable people around him? That's very important.
You
now
said
for him.
you said jokingly, I would assume on Twitter that maybe you should be the VP. Who do you see as the VP? Newt, Jeff Sessions, Condi Rice. Who do you see?
No, I said I should be a VP, like for an independent candidate.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
expect him to
okay.
Trump's
I didn't
VP.
follow
That
the
would be-
whole
that would
thread.
be a big outreach. So I think, for example, Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, former head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, I think you might have had him on the show.
Yes.
He's on Fox. Yeah, he is a Trump advisor. He is very well respected. I agree with him on many things, disagree with him on a couple. But if someone like Lieutenant General Flynn, who ran the Defense Intelligence Agency under Bush and then under Obama, who really knows the terrorism issues, if someone like him were VP, I think that would be a smart pick by Trump. I think my friend Tom Cotton, I'm not sure he would do it. Joni Ernst, a couple of young post-9/11 vets in the Senate, would be a smart pick. I think Trump actually should not do what the establishment thinks he should do and take a safe, boring, centrist Republican like Bob Corker or something.
Right.
I think he might as well double down on his core message, which is, I can protect you, and these Democrats can't.
What about Johnson? We heard Mitt Romney, who I assume you've spoken to, say that if Weld was at the top of the Libertarian ticket, he could see himself supporting it. He's not sure about Johnson, but he didn't rule it out. How much support will he get?
I don't know. I think he's kind of a flake, and I think his support will be mostly just a no vote for Clinton and Trump.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree with you on that. I think going forward, so if Trump came out today and said he's picking Flynn, would you say, okay, you know what, this is a guy I could live with, I'm behind Trump, or would you continue searching out another candidate?
I don't know. I'll jump off that bridge when I get to it, Steve. You know?
Jump off the bridge. I like that.
I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful for a better choice, but
Right.
let's see what happens.
Okay. Bill, great to talk to you, sir. Thank you as always.
Thanks, Steve. You are.